Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Gwynn.
Almighty God, we praise and thank you for this joyous occasion that brings us together as airmen, leaders, families, and friends. We celebrate on this special day of achievement these airmen of the 433rd Training Squadron. We recognize the sacrifices made to become members of the world's greatest Air Force, the separation from family and loved ones, the weeks of training, the physical demands, all that brought them here ready to serve. But we recognize that these airmen did not arrive here on their own, and so we thank you for their family and friends who have equally made sacrifices to make this day possible. We offer our gratitude and support of the men and women of the 433rd Training Squadron who have invested countless hours into these airmen. Gracious God, we ask your blessing upon the families, friends, instructors, and staff for the investment they have made in each of these airmen. We thank you, O God, for these airmen who have entered into the service of our nation with the solidarity of the words of the prophet Isaiah, saying, "Here am I, Lord, send me." And so we ask that you, O Lord, would send these airmen out as agents of light in the midst of darkness, peace in the midst of chaos, hope in the midst of distress. May you empower them with your strength, equip them with your wisdom, encourage them with your presence and guidance. It's in your most holy name we do pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training graduation ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guest, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley, accompanied by his wife, Andrea. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson, accompanied by his wife, Stephanie. The Reviewing Official, the Commander, 628th Air Base Wing, Colonel Michael Freeman. The Senior Enlisted Leader, the Command Chief, 628th Air Base Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Rebecca Bateman. From the Graduating Squadron, the Commander, 433rd Training Squadron, Major Robert Glover. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 433rd Training Squadron, Chief Master Sergeant Walisa Villarreal. Also in attendance with us today, the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 13, Jim Finch, accompanied by his wife, Pat. The Commander, Air Force Installation and Mission Support Center, Major General John Allen, accompanied by his wife, Suzanne. The Command Chief, Air Force Installation and Mission Support Center, Chief Master Sergeant Hope Skibitsky, accompanied by her husband, Justin. Major General Tom Wilcox, United States Air Force, retired. Brigadier General Brenda Cartier, United States Air Force, retired, accompanied by her wife, Dr. Ann Harrington. The Commander, 37 Training Wing, Colonel Lauren Corshane. The Command Chief, 37 Training Wing Chief Master Sergeant Mike Morgan. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoyed today's ceremony. Today, we give special recognition to Chief Master Sergeant Hope L. Skibitsky. This afternoon, Chief Master Sergeant Hope L. Skibitsky will end a most distinguished and dedicated military career of 27 years of active duty service. She began her career in September of 1995 and, upon her graduation from basic military training, completed technical training as a medical technician. From April 1996 to June 2004, Chief Skibitsky served in operational units in Texas and the United Kingdom. In June 2004, she was selected to become a military training instructor at Basic Military Training. During that assignment, she served in a variety of positions and earned recognition as a Master Military Training Instructor Blue Rope, an honor reserved for the top 10% of the MTI Corps. Upon completion of her tour in BMT, Chief Skibitsky returned to her primary career field as a medical technician serving in California. In 2012, she was selected for a second special duty assignment as a career assistant advisor. From May 2015 to September 2017, she again served in medical units in California and the United Kingdom. In 2017, she was selected as the first and, to date, the only female superintendent of Air Force Basic Military Training, leading the men and women of the 737 Training Group. In August 2018, Chief Skibitsky served as the first female Command Chief Master Sergeant in Air Force Special Operations Command history when she was selected to lead the men and women of the 27th Special Operations Wing, Cannon Air Force Base, New Mexico. Next, she served as the Command Chief for the 86th Airlift Wing, Ramstein Air Base, Germany. Her final assignment has been as the Command Chief, Air Force Installation and Mission Support Center, Joint Base, San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. In this role, she serves as the Senior Enlisted Advisor to the Commander and oversees the health, welfare, and professional development of 3,900 total force personnel and guides an intermediate level headquarters responsible for providing installation and mission support capabilities for 78 Air Force and Space Force installations, 9 major commands, 2 direct reporting units with an annual budget of approximately $10 billion. During her 27 years of service, Chief Skibitsky has served at multiple units, both home station and around the globe. She has deployed multiple times in supporting Operation Enduring Freedom and Inherent Resolve. Her major awards and decorations include the Legion of Merit, the Meritorious Service Medal with 4 oak leaf clusters, the Air Force Commendation Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, the Joint Service Commendation Medal, and the Air Force Achievement Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters. Chief Skibitsky, your selfless dedication for the past 27 years will not be forgotten. We salute you and wish you and your family the best in all your future endeavors. Colonel Freeman will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with the foundation to serve in the most powerful military the world has ever known. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 installations around the globe or work directly with our sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibility and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for the generations that will follow. The 737 Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to Flight 038 for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and a spirit of corps during the period of 24 October to 9 December 2022. Signed, Jeffrey Pixley, Colonel, United States Air Force. The commander's excellent flight was led by Master Sergeant Brittany Jones, Technical Sergeant Corey Gallagher, and Technical Sergeant Christopher Reynolds. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. The graduates before you have reached a milestone in their military journey and will require your continued support to assist them in future endeavors. March the command in review.
Staff, hold up. Ha! Staff, change post. Hurt! Hold up. Hold up. Ha! Halt! And review! Column of the right. Right, right. Column right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates passing in review today's ceremony represent a portion of the 35,000 men and women who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 Training Group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest Air Force. Now, passing in review, the Commander of Airmen, Master Sergeant Christina Rapola, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Agana Heights, Guam. Academic and PT Excellence Flight, Flight 029, led by Technical Sergeant Gora. Military Training Instructor, hometown, Hazel Park, Michigan. Flight 030, led by Technical Sergeant Elman Hallback, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. Flight 031, led by Technical Sergeant Julius Atienza, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Rolla, Missouri. Flight 032, led by Technical Sergeant Alex Hernandez, military training instructor, hometown, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Flight 033, led by Staff Sergeant Patrick Romero, military training instructor, hometown, Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Jenna Carr, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Swanton, Ohio. The flights selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags, flights 035 and 036, led by Technical Sergeant Robert Tompkins, military training instructor, hometown, Koshinda, Okinawa, Japan. Flight 034, led by Technical Sergeant Rafael Lopez, military training instructor, hometown, Las Vegas, Nevada. Flight 037, led by Technical Sergeant Anthony Tazanari, military training instructor, hometown, Plymouth, Massachusetts. Commander's Excellence Flight, Flight 038, led by Master Sergeant Brittany Jones, military training instructor, hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. Flight 039, led by Master Sergeant Jeremy Rucker, military training instructor, hometown, Nacogdoches, Texas. Traditionally, the armed forces are expected to exemplify respect for the nation. Special ceremonies have been established to bestow honor upon the flag and other national symbols, upon recipients of awards and decorations, and upon national dignitaries. Such ceremonies are usually included in parades, reviews, and similar formations in which large groups of military personnel participate. On special occasions and basic military training, the military training instructors assemble in mass formation as a sign of recognition and respect. It is the highest honor the MTI Corps can bestow upon an individual. Today's MTI Mass has been formed to honor Chief Master Sergeant Hope Skibitsky, who will be retiring this afternoon after more than 27 years of faithful and honorable service. Ladies and gentlemen, now approaching the reviewing stand is the backbone of basic military training mission, the military training instructors. These men and women are being led by the senior enlisted leaders, and the mass commander is Chief Master Sergeant Tijuana Hannibal, senior enlisted leader, 331st Training Squadron, hometown, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Chief Master Sergeant Skibitsky, in recognition of your contributions to Air Force basic military training and the United States Air Force, we salute you and thank you for your outstanding leadership and dedication to all airmen. We wish you and your family the best in your future endeavors and remind you that you will always be a part of the Air Force family. It has been an honor to serve with you, and we bid you a fond farewell. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the Air Force song. Thank you. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Freeman will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning and welcome. It is an honor to see all of the families here today, and the support and enthusiasm that you have for your graduates is amazing. From when I landed at the airport 2 days ago all the way through these last 2 days of events, thank you. Thank you for all of your encouragement, your prayers, your love, and your support that got them through the last 7.5 weeks and brings them here before you as the newest airmen in America's greatest Air Force. It's my great honor to introduce to you 426 airmen of the 433rd Training Squadron as our nation's newest airmen. To the airmen of the 433rd, thank you and congratulations. It was 24 years ago that I took the oath of office, and the Air Force today is much better and stronger and more lethal than it was back then, and certainly more so than it was 27 years ago when Chief Skibitsky took her oath of office. And that's important because the challenges that you face today are much greater than what they were when we joined. We have competitors and potential future adversaries that are more dangerous and that have been preparing to fight a war against us for the last 20 years. So I thank you and congratulate you for joining this force and choosing to serve the 1% of our nation that serves in the armed forces. I ask that you take all of the pride and enthusiasm that I've seen from you. It's been really inspiring to see you the last few days. Your professionalism, take that on with you to your next training and to your first base. You know, we have great challenges that our nation faces, but I am convinced that we are in great hands with all of you leading the Air Force of the future. With that, I have just one question for you. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's greatest Air Force? I think they're ready.
Instructors, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Colonel Freeman will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Colonel Freeman. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while our graduates recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of our official party. I am an American Airman.
And then we'll do our group picture. Did you get our group one, Matt? Well, first I couldn't get on the bleacher. He's like side-eye.